Okay. So now we should be live.
Hopefully, yeah, we should be live. Tyler and I just talked to each other for 10 minutes, thinking we were talking to you folks out there. But now you're going to have to jump straight into heat races. For anybody joining live right now, we're straight into heat races. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Yeah, that is must have hit didn't quite hit the button, didn't go through. I know switching from screen to screen sometimes you have to double click, and maybe I didn't realize it didn't click, and unfortunately did not start the stream. But just talking about, you know, random stuff here, and we're gonna have the racing right at your doorstep still. On the front row here, who was I do believe was quick time in hot laps. Unfortunately weren't able to see that, but quick time in hot laps. That was the 53P of Ryan Patton. He's out of Brockway, Pennsylvania. Outside him in the 25M, that's going to be Byron Meeks. He's out of Uniontown.
All right. Let me see here, as I'm trying to get my screen back in order. As we inside the second row. In the 29B, out of Phillipsburg, we got Cody Buck. And outside of him in the number 9, rookie this season, and out of DuBois will be John Smeal.
And rounding out your field, in the 7 machine out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, that's going to be Cody Schultz in the 7. So we're getting ready to turn them loose here, but we'll highlight a couple key points. First of all, that's the number 9 machine. We talked about that, a festive wrap on the number 9. He's got the Christmas hat on here tonight. He's ready to, you know, he's been a pretty improved there with 6 quick in hot laps, so good to see him out here with a festive wrap here tonight. And just talking about, me and Dad were talking about how we have 2 weeks off, and just hoping we can get a little, he can keep his hot streak up and I can get a little better here. But we're getting ready to go green, Dad, here out of turn number 4.
Yeah. Send them off.
Green, green, green. We are green flag racing down into turn number 1. Ryan Patton, he'll try and drive around the inside of Byron Meeks. He's going to slide up to his door. They're going to have to get off the loud pedal there, and that's going to let Byron Meeks squeak to the outside. He'll go to the lead here down into turn number 3. Now here comes the 29B machine. Cody Buck, he'll look to the inside for that second place position on Ryan Patton. Not going to happen quite yet. Side by side, wheel to wheel for second place out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Ryan Patton's going to have a good run, but Cody Buck pulls up alongside. I tell you what, some of your top 3 contenders week in and week out are in this heat race, and they're running top 3 under a blanket. Byron Meeks holds up to the outside. Cody Buck now trying to pick a nose to the inside. Patton gets a turn on the outside cushion. He's going to try and drive to the rear bumper of Byron Meeks. Not yet. Patton now on the rear deck lid of the 25M machine, but Cody Buck is not going away on the bottom side. They are 2 wide behind your leader. Out of turn number 2, Cody Buck now peeks a nose. Side by side, still down into turn number 3. Byron Meeks still leads. Ryan Patton, Cody Buck. Side by side out of turn number 4. Ryan Patton now has him cleared by a car length. Now Cody Buck's going to jump to the outside. Single file around the outside cushion right now. Ryan Patton seems to maybe just be a hair quicker in that 53P machine, but is he going to be able to have an opportunity to pounce on the 25M? Out of turn number 4, we'll work lap 6 of 8 here now. Into turns 1 and 2. Patton looks a little lower though. Peeking nose to the left rear quarter panel. Down the back straightaway. Ryan Patton is there. Out of turn number 4, we're going to have Popsicle 60 here 2 more times around here at Volusia. Ryan Patton, he'll look a little lower this time. He found something here in 1 and 2. He'll pull up alongside out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Meeks is going to try that cut down. Patton goes back up to the cushion. Smeal racing Designz white flag one more time around. Cody Buck starting to fade a little bit here in heat race number 1. Ryan Patton to the inside. He'll cut down off of turn number 2. Side by side for the final time down the back straightaway. Patton's going to throw it in on the inside. Is he going to be able to make something happen out of turn number 4? Byron Meeks is going to win KDJ Designz heat race 1. Second go to Ryan Patton. Third to Cody Buck. Fourth will go to Cody Schultz. And the festive number 9 of John Smeal will come home 5th.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Tyler, that still should put Ryan Patton on the pole. If I remember right, I do believe Mr. Meeks won last week.
Yes, he did. I do believe that is true.
So, Patton, who has a hot rod tonight, looking for his first ever league win here in the Instigators League, will be on the pole with the fastest car in hot laps. So, He's had a couple get away from him. We'll see how it goes here later on this evening.
Well, Dad, go ahead and start us off here for KDJ Designz Heat Race number 2.
All right, on the pole, a one-time feature winner this year out of Punxsutawney in the 66, and we have Orvis Newcomb outside of Orvis. And the 43, he's out of State College. That is Christopher Gormont.
Inside row number 2 in the 57C. That's going to be Colton Probes. Colton Probes, he hails out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Outside of him in the 57T, that's going to be the Mundorf Warrior. Out of Mundorf, PA, Todd Bailey.
Rounding out your field in the number 74, he hails out of West Lebanon, New York. Joining us here in the number 74, that is Jeremy Brialt.
So another good field of cars here for KDJ Designz Heat Race number 2.
Todd Bailey, just like to give that a little shout out, was second quick in practice. He has a pretty good hot rod here tonight in the 57 B, I think it is, isn't it? C or T? I don't know.
T.
All these letters, I can't see it.
57
Eyes are getting bad. I'm old, bud. I'm old. Yeah. Either way, he was second quick in practice, and inside of him is a rookie that has been continually getting faster and faster each week. So the 257s might be someone to watch in this heat race, see what they can do.
Yeah, the 57C, he was 5th quick there in practice, and he's continued to show speed here week in and week out. Good run for Jeremy Brialt there last week here at Volusia. He had a fast hot rod in that 74 machine, was able to drive from farther back, and I think we got our first word with him all year. So, well, he's looking to follow up with a good run here. I tell you what, Christopher Gorman, he's out on the cushion. He's looking for a little grip here on this initial restart. We're green. Didn't quite get the restart maybe he wanted here as Orvis Newcomb's we're going to be 3 wide down in the turns 1 and 2. Christopher Gorman, he'll slide up the racetrack here side by side for second now between the 57s. We got the T and the C side by side. C gets a little bit of right side romance with the T. They'll hold on to it. Colton Probst, he'll go to second now, though. Todd Bailey, he's going to try and rally back. He runs third right now. Orvis Newcomb loving it all behind him here as he'll continue to try and pull away. Here comes Todd Bailey now. Todd Bailey now back to the rear bumper of the 57, so he's going to try and maybe make a stride here. He'll look to the inside, getting into turn number 1. Out of turn number 2, Colton Probst, he'll hold that position over Todd Bailey. As that is your best battle right now. Your leader, Orvis Newcomb, he continues to lead here from the point. Now Todd Bailey going to take a look back to the inside here. Colton Probst gets a little sideways there. Here comes the Mundorf Warrior. Side by side for that second place position into turn number 3. Could we see maybe a little bit of a slider there? Nope. Todd Bailey, he'll leave him a lane out of turn at number 4. He will lead now. He'll take that position from the 57C, Colton Probst. So now the 57T leads the 57C, but Orvis Newcomb leads them all in that 66N machine.
Orby Newcomb looking good tonight, Tyler, in that 66N.
Yeah, he is. He's really using that cushion pretty heavily here, but I tell you what, the Mundorf Warrior might be creeping to him right now.
He's got it rolling.
I tell you what, he got around the 57C. Here comes Jeremy Brialt. He's going to try and peek to the outside of the 57C. Not quite yet, though. 2 laps to go here. Could Todd Bailey reel him in? I'm not sure if he has enough time there on the 57T. Down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Orvis Newcomb looking for the Smeal Racing Designs white flag. One more time around for the 66N. Holding off the 57T right now as he uses that right rear on the cushion. Down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Todd Bailey going to try and peek to the inside, but it's not going to be enough. Orvis Newcomb wins heat race number 2. Second will go to Todd Bailey. Third to Colton Probst. Fourth to Jeremy Brialt. And Christopher Gormont will round out your field in 5th.
I'm just going to throw out a prediction here, Tyler. Todd Bailey, last year, run pro late, but one of the best guys on long runs. We have a long race tonight. He was really good at keeping the car straight and being fast later in races. I predict Todd Bailey could be a factor in tonight's race with these top hot shoes up here in the front of this field.
He's definitely, like you said there, he was one that really found himself kind of a guy you kind of counted out running in 5th all night, and then here you had 20 laps to go, and the Mundorf Warrior was in 3rd place looking for more. So that's definitely going to be a car that you're going to going to want to keep your eye on here. And you might not see him be too flashy here at the beginning, but if he's in the hunt here late, he's got a chance here, especially at a place where keeping the car straight is ever so important like Volusia.
Yeah, I'm not mistaken. I think he had 2 or 3 wins in the Pro Late division last year.
Yeah, he definitely, I think he picked up, I'm thinking it was 3, but it was at least 2. I know we talked to him a couple of times here up in Back Road Powder Coating Victory Lane. So he's a driver that's no stranger to Victory Lane, and we found him here whenever the track was at that kind of style. So that's going to be something we're definitely going to have to watch. That's a really good point to bring up here tonight.
Well, it's about time to go feature racing. You go ahead and start us off, Tyler.
Yeah, we've got fire under the hoods here on the front straightaway. On the pole, this one, I do believe, after we shuffle him out, is going to be the 53P. He's sitting on the inside of your second row right now, but I do believe he's going to be your pole sitter out of Brockway, Pennsylvania, looking for his first ever Instigators iRacing Winter Leagues win in the 53P. Ryan Patton outside of him, 1 win on the year. That came at Cedar Lake just a couple weeks ago. That's the 66N of Orvis Newcomb. He's out of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
So that should slide the 29B of Cody Buck up into that 3rd spot. Cody Buck. He is out of Phillipsburg with that 29B. And outside of him should be your Mundurf, I should say. Moyer, the 5017, Todd Bailey. He obviously is out of Mundurf.
Yes, he is, in fact. And inside row number 3, that's going to be the 7 machine. Cody Schultz had a good run here at the beginning of the year. Hasn't seen that light of day quite yet. Outside of him in the 50, he's out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania in that 7 machine, by the way. He's looking to have a good run here tonight. Outside of him, also out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, in the 57C, that's going to be Colton Probst.
Inside your 4th row, rookie, and the number 9 out of DuBois. That'll be John Smill with that festive Santa Claus hat and Christmas decorated number 9. And outside of him, out of West Lebanon, New York, will be Jeremy Briault in the 74.
Rounding out your field here on the final row, that's going to be the 25M machine out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. They call him Drake, Byron, Squeaky, whichever you want to call him. That's Byron Meeks as we know him here. He's looking to walk the dog here once again. He's out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Outside of him, out of State College, Christopher Gormont in the 43. But here we go, drivers out of turn number 4. Turn them loose, turn up the wick here as we're going green here at Volusia. We'll fire off down into turn number 1, train race. We're going to be 3 wide. Oh, we're wrecking early. Caution's going to be out. Oval Track Specialties caution here early for the KDJ Designz Big Block Modifieds.
That's going to be a complete restart.
Oh, John Smeal. Almost kind of looked like maybe the steering wheel got out of his hands. Just kind of missed the corner entry maybe. You know, a lot going on there. They were starting to go 3 wide, and John Smeal definitely missed the corner entry there. Caught the left rear quarter panel of Colton Probst. And Jeremy Briault was able to slip by relatively okay. Christopher Gormont catches the left rear also. He'll go around. Not a ton of damage, I don't believe, on any of those race cars. But John Spiel maybe trying to feel the card out now to make sure nothing is broke after just kind of looked like he had a little bit of a steering issue there getting into turn number 1. Like you said, that will be a...
Christopher Gormont. He went into the elevated outdoors hot pit. No harm, no foul. He has to start last anyhow, so he might as well get her checked out, and he is back out.
Yeah, we'll have a little re-rack him and stack him here. As that'll move Colton Probst and John Smeal back a little bit, though. That's actually going to help out the 74 machine of Jeremy Briault. That's 2 cars he doesn't have to pass now.
57C ought to get his spot back, and it looks like they're telling him to go ahead and get up there.
Okay, so it is going to be able a complete restart, and everybody who did not make their way to the pit lane. So pace truck is off, and I know I told these boys to turn the wick up, but let's turn it up a little bit slower here this time as we get ready to crank them.
Just a little slower.
Just a little bit slower, and they're going to turn them up here down into turn number 1, side by side once again. We're not going to go 3 wide this time, though, but we're going to be side by side for the lead here out of turn number 2. Here comes the Mundorf Warrior. He's already looking. I can see that car working pretty good here on that outside lane. We're looking for the lead right now out of turn number 4. Orvis Newcomb on the outside. Ryan Patton on the inside. Half a cat's whisker to Ryan Patton. We're 2 by 2 here at the front of your field. Here comes the Mundorf Warrior trying to get a big run off the outside. Cody Buck leaves him a lane. He gets him, pushes up and catches the fence there. Cody Buck, he'll drive back to the inside. Cody, the kid Schultz, he's looking for 4th right now on the inside of the Mundorf Warrior. Still side by side for the lead though. Way out to the cushion goes Orvis Newcomb. He's trying to get a big run down the back straightaway. That might have given a cat's whisker to the 53P, though. He's going to throw the slide job. He'll slide across the racetrack as we're going to be 3 wide, maybe out of turn number 4. Not quite. Ryan Patton leads. Cody Buck, he'll run 2nd now as he looks to the inside for the lead now out of turn number 2. That inside line working pretty good now. Cody Buck's going to take a peek here. Can we see a slide job? Not going to see a slide job there. Cody Buck, he's been for the lead, though. Ryan Patton trying to make his way back to the outside. Side by side line, couldn't call it. Cody Buck will slide to the middle of the racetrack, but on the cushion is Ryan Patton. Orvis Newcomb not going away. He's right on him. Into turn number 3. Cody Buck, he'll hold her on the bottom. Ryan Patton trying to get it round up around the outside. Orvis Newcomb looking on his inside. Newcomb will go back to the middle now. Here comes him under a Warrior. He's got his feet back under him. He's coming at him. Down the back straightaway. Good 4-car battle here at the front of your field. Ryan Patton up on the cushion. Cody Buck on the bottom. These guys are all over this racetrack. Orvis Newcomb continues to try and run through the middle here. He's looking to the inside of Ryan Patton. Cody Buck rolls right to that middle, and I tell you what, a guy who came from the back, the 25M machine, Byron Meeks. Now running in 5th is Squeaky in a 25M. Back up front, Cody Buck now has the sole possession of that lead. Ryan Patton out of Brockway. He'll grab the cushion down the back straightaway. Orvis Newcomb taking a peek. Orvis Newcomb tries to look to the inside. Patton going to try and move down the racetrack a little bit there. That's going to kill the momentum for the 66N. So go back to work on the inside now. Cody Buck, your leader. Down the back straightaway. Orvis Newcomb runs 3rd. Ryan Patton has an itch. He's trying to scratch it here for a feature win. Cody Buck just trying to save equipment, rolling around the bottom right now. The Mundorf Warrior. Like we said, he's in striking distance here, but here comes Squeaky. Byron Meeks in a 25M machine. He's closing the gap. Had such a good car here just a week ago. He's going to take a peek to the inside. He might have the Mundorf Warrior here. There's going to be maybe a little bit of contact. Nope. He'll show him the nose here, and he'll look for 4th now out of turn number 2. That 25M was very, very strong here last week. And I tell you what, that car is definitely still strong as he continues to work towards the front of the field. He'll run 4th now. In front of him now, Orvis Newcomb has been able to step to the outside of Ryan Patton now as Patton moved down to that bottom lane. Here comes Orvis Newcomb on the outside. Orvis Newcomb in that Newcomb Automotive sponsor number 66N. He's trying to get it rolling on the outside of Ryan Patton now. Patton leaving the door open. Cody Buck runs on that bottom side. Now Patton follows suit on the bottom. Orvis Newcomb really the only car out there trying to make hay right now as here comes Byron Meeks trying to fill that hole.
Oh, hit the wall.
Oh, he grabbed the wall there. Here comes the Mundorf Warrior looking for 4th. Great catch there. And the Mundorf Warrior, he's going to show the nose. He'll look back to the inside now, the 25M machine. 25 will battle around the outside, though. He'll hold on to 4th. With these open wheels cars, that little bit of wall tack could really upset the race car here. As you saw that there, he lost a lot of ground. But back up front here, I think Ryan Patton's starting to run down that 29B machine, but Orvis Newcomb not going away on the outside lane. These top 4 ever so even right now. Orvis trying to get a little bit more of a cut down here and try and maybe strive to the outside out of 4 on Patton. Not going to make it happen yet. Down the back straightaway. Ryan Patton trying to close in on that 29B machine. Your leader, Cody Buck, trying to hold off. The 53P, Orvis Newcomb trying to pick up his 2nd one of the year. He runs 3rd right now. Byron Meeks, we've talked to him a lot up here in Back Road Powder Coating Victory Lane. He runs 4th right now all the way from the tail. We work lap 18 into turns number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, Cody Buck seems to got his feet back under him. He holds a steady lead. Orvis Newcomb still trying to work through that middle. Now Byron Meeks jumps up to that outside cushion. Can he get anything rolling out there? Out of turn number 4, Cody Buck still leads. Patton trying to get a little bit lower than the next car. Meeks now trying a little bit of a cut down. He's trying to peek a nose to the inside of the 66N, trying to go to the podium. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Orvis able to pull ahead. Meeks will settle in 4th right now, but he'll peek to the inside. They're both trying that little bit of a cut down. Back to the inside goes Byron Meeks. He'll show a nose. Oh, the 25M hard on the binders there as he caught the rear deck lid of the 53P machine. That's who let Orvis scoot back around the outside. Now Meeks will run through that middle groove out of turn number 4. Orvis still has it by half a cat's whisker. They're pulling up on the back end of the 53P now. The Mundorf Warrior rides in 5th. Newcomb back around the outside of Meeks. Great battle up front. Nobody really pulling away. These guys are searching heavy, but all the lines seem to be right about the same.
Tell you what, Tyler, that 25M just looks like that car just gets in the corner better than anybody else, and if he's able to use that to his advantage, it just really hooks going in the corner. That's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, he's really he's able to stride there, and he's just looking, you know, he's being methodical. He knows he has a lot of time here on this longer race here to try and pick a move here, but right here, now he's looking to try and maybe going to have to go 3 wide here if he wants to make this move, and he's peeking. He'll peek a nose here, looking 3 wide here out of turn number 4. He'll get out of the gas as Newcomb goes to the outside of Ryan Patton. So that outside cushion maybe starting to get it turned back up again. They got the momentum rolling on the outside. Ryan Patton, he'll leave the door open. Orvis Newcomb now has that lane. Byron Meeks, he's trying to follow suit. Like you said, he gets in the corner really good. He's found a little bit of a cut down there, and he's trying to keep Ryan Patton from coming up. He's going to be able to get to the outside of the 53P machine. Ryan Patton losing wholesale ground right now on that bottom side. He's got to find it. He's got to find that groove again as Cody Buck's starting to pull away from him. Now out of turn number 4, it's going to get closer with the Newcomb tire. They'll hold it straight. Almost 3 wide in turns 1 and 2.
Down to sneaking into the picture.
There comes the Mundorf Warrior, the 57T of Todd Bailey's. We work lap 27. Meeks is trying to get that cut down line rolling again now that he's around the 53P. He's got his sights set on the 66N right now, and he's trying that cut down out of 4. Can he make it happen? Meeks gets in the corner just as well, and he woes it up, and down the hill he comes. He'll look to the inside out of turn 4. Not yet. That outside momentum carries the 66N ahead. Patton's now moved back up to the top. Down the back straightaway, Meeks is there. Side by side, wheel to wheel into turn number 3. Meeks will show the nose. Newcomb around the lip. Out of turn number 4, half a cat's whisker to the 66N. Lap traffic ahead of your leaders. Buck will get around him. Newcomb and Meeks, they'll go 3 wide with the lap car. They'll try and peek a nose to the inside. They'll get around to 43, but that's going to let Newcomb, he's going to be able to power around the outside. I tell you what. Newcomb, when you think he's going to go away here, he's keeping that 25 machine at bay. Down the back straightaway. Byron Meeks, there's the slide job maybe. Nope, he's going to crowd him up the racetrack. Newcomb way on the berm. He'll get a run off of turn 4. Now we might see the slider. Meeks will leave him a lane out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Newcomb on the cushion. He hasn't left it yet this race. There's the slide job into turns 3 and 4. He'll cut back down the racetrack. Newcomb tries to pick those back out there. Newcomb trying to get back around the outside, keep the momentum rolling. But I tell you what, the 25M had him by half a cat's whisker that time. Into turn number 3. Meeks will slide back up the racetrack. Now he'll have the position on that slide job. Meeks goes to 2nd from the tail. Now Newcomb back to the inside. Ryan Patton, he's still in the picture running 4th. The Mundorf Warrior not far. These top 5 still all have a chance at this one. We work lap 34 of 75. Cody Buck right on the Newcomb tires. Byron Meeks now working around the outside. Can Buck predict that? Oh, there's contact! Around goes Byron Meeks! We're going to have an oval track specialties caution flag. The 66N is slow on the racetrack. Just a slight tap there between the 25M and the 66N. You saw Newcomb maybe trying to work that middle line a little more. Probably thought that 25M was going to kind of stay up here on this lip a little bit longer. And whenever he began to kind of cut down a little bit, Orvis not able to miss that quarter panel. And ultimately, you could just see there just barely right front to that left rear quarter panel. And unfortunately, the end result is a 25M going around Orvis Newcomb.
This is going to be an interesting call by our flagman. I wouldn't want to have to make this one as Byron Meeks was doing a cut down. Orvis Newcomb pretty much holding his line in the center of the racetrack.
And Orvis Newcomb
probably didn't know.
Orvis Newcomb has been sent to the tail, so that is the call.
Well, I know Orvis. He might have took blame.
Yeah, that was definitely a possible. You know, you saw the 66N slow on the racetrack, and, you know, a guy who's honest through and through, tries to be the cleanest, one of the cleanest drivers out there, really. Hard racer, was having a great night tonight. Might have been one to take fault there as we see Byron Meeks. He'll make his way back up to that position. That's going to take one of your heavy hitters out of this one. Is we'll see what Orvis can do coming from the back there, but he's got to have that right rear pretty hot right now. And
as Byron Meeks come off the cushion, I can see how Orvis Newcomb didn't know he was coming down. And if I know Orvis, he took blame for that. But one of the, like you said, man, one of the cleanest drivers in the league. Heck of a guy. Give a shout out to him, even, you know, for that. That's too bad for him. And hate to see that.
Yeah, hate to see that for Newcomb. Also, Newcomb Automotive, sponsor of the league. As we're back green here, we'll see what he can do from the tail. But Cody Buck, he's going to switch his lane up here into turn one. He'll go to the outside berm here, down the back straightaway. So Cody Buck, he's been on the bottom saving equipment all night. Is he maybe wanting to try and step up to the outside now? Ryan Patton's found a little heat under him here as he looked to the inside of Byron Meeks on that restart. Now he's going to go up to the top side. The Mundorf Warrior under fire from Cody. Schultz on the outside. He's going to be squeezed down the back straightaway. He'll leave him a lane. Cody the Kid Schultz in the 7 machine trying to get her out. Get her digging out there on the outside berm. He'll look to the outside of the Mundorf Warrior. Still side by side for that 4th place position. Your top 5, 2 by 2. Schultz is not afraid to use that right rear on the cushion. He drives down the back straightaway. Back up in front. They've switched positions there from 2nd and 3rd. There is now Meeks has gone to the bottom after starting on the outside, and Patton to the outside after starting on the bottom here. And I tell you what, Patton's got a roll in here. He's going to try and pick it nose there. Door closed heavy. Huge door closed there. Meeks gets tight now. Patton's going to take advantage. He'll drive down the racetrack out of turn 4. Patton to 2nd. Ryan Patton
right there on that cut down.
Yeah, definitely good to, you know, you saw they were able to keep it clean and green after that little bit of contact there. He was able to have the ability to turn the race car down the racetrack, have that run, as now he runs 2nd here, but he's leaving a door open here for the 25M machine out of turn number 4. Half a catch twister goes to the 53P. Back into turn number 1. Meeks is now up on that cushion. Squeaky's going to try and drive around the outside. He's going to drive around with his 53P machine. Patton probably trying to get back up to that outside lane. A little bit of a cut down now from the 25M machine. Patton wants to get back to that outside. He's going to do it right there. He's just going to fall in line there behind the 25M machine. And he'll go back to 3rd. That's your podium right now. Cody Buck still leads us here as we work lap 42. 2nd place from the tails, Byron Meeks. Ryan Patton runs 3rd. The Mundorf Warrior still instructed. There's contact with the wall. 25M machine caught the wall here. Here comes Ryan Patton. Right back to the inside. He's ready to pounce on any little mistake there. They'll look to the inside into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Looks like Meeks has got his feet back under him, though, as they're going to be dead even at the line. Can Patton throw a slide job here? Patton still holds restraint. He lets that 25M machine get it rolling out there. He's not going to be able to get up in time unless he throws a slide job here into turn number 3. Looking to maybe...
If I was Patton right now, I would have threw that slider, get up in front, and get back up there so he can roll the top.
Yeah, 100% here. Maybe we're going to see it here. No, he's just, you know, Patton knows he has to know he's a little bit quicker on that outside, but I tell you what, Meeks he's struggling to get around him there, but I think Patton knows where he wants to be. There's a slide job. Ryan Patton, he held a lot of restraint there to try and throw that slider. Meeks with a good cut crossover, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Is Meeks going to throw a Hail Mary here? No, Meeks will keep it on the bottom here, patting up to that outside cushion where he wanted to be there. As he'll lead the 25M machine here now. Out of turn number 4. So now Ryan Patton has second. So Patton is second there. He took a lot of restraint, waiting to have that opportunity to slide up there. But was able to do it cleanly, so he'll run second now. Byron Meeks back to third. The Mundorf Warrior runs fourth. Orvis Newcomb back to fifth from the tail now. He's got that car still rolling here in this one. But back up front, we talked about him running the bottom here in the beginning of the race. That's the 29B machine of Cody Buck. He ran the bottom early in this one, maybe saved a little bit of tire, and now he's running away with it here in the second half as he works lap 49 right now. Up on that cushion behind him is Ryan Patton trying to get it rolling as he's pulling away from the 25M machine now of Byron Meeks. A little bit of a slider line there.
I'm not sure, Bud, but I think maybe Patton might be starting to reel him in just a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. He's kind of got this slider line working for him here. And like you said, he's 8/10 back here at the last scoring loop. But I think he might be trying to chop into that lead just a hair. Cody Buck leads. Now it's down to just a second. Just a second now. Down the back straightaway. Patton's gaining in certain spots. He's losing in others. Now we'll go to the outside. Patton definitely searching right now for this one. But he's pulling away from the 25M machine. And we know how good that 25M machine's been. He'll throw that slider line. He's cutting off a lot of the corner there and still getting the same drive down the back straightaway. 6/10 now. Ryan Patton, he'll continue to search. Cody Buck is content on that outside cushion. Patton, just eyeball test says he's maybe gaining just a hair.
He's still got over 20 laps to get there, Tyler, so he's got the time.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time here. The sand isn't quite out of the hourglass yet. And Cody Buck, using that outside cushion how he is, he's going to start wearing his stuff out as Ryan Patton's trying to just roll real smooth here. Trying to pick up his first Instigators win. And I tell you what, he's definitely closed the gap now.
100%. He's taken half of it off, and he's pulled away from Meeks and kind of took him out of the equation now. And Patton can smell. He can smell it right now.
That line he runs through 1 and 2 is bad fast right now. Able to run through that slick and use that banking instead of that cushion like these other guys are trying to use. And it's helping him a lot right here. We'll see if he does it right here again. There he goes. He'll drive through the slick there, use that banking instead of that cushion. He's getting around the racetrack a lot shorter. He'll pull up out of turn number 2. Ryan Patton, he'll stay even through 3 and 4. Maybe gain a little bit here. He keeps that car straight out of turn number 4. We work lap 57 now. Patton through the middle. Buck way over the cushion there. It's getting away from him now. Cody Buck now under threat from the 53P. Byron Meeks, he's 2 seconds back in third. The Mundorf Warrior behind them.
We got lap traffic coming up that's going to make a factor in this too, Tyler.
Yeah, it is. Cody Buck running on that outside lane. Ryan Patton's been able to run a little lower, but they're both on the outer side of the racetrack. They just got to pick their move here out of turn number 4. Buck will go a car length lower. He'll go to the inside. Now, is that going to mess up the 29B machine? Patton able to run his line. Down the back straightaway. We'll stay pretty even. I tell you what, Cody Buck actually got a really good run there, running the bottom there. Is that maybe something he finds now? Now Patton.
Or is that something Patton saw? Did Patton see that and he can use it?
Not yet. Right now he'll run through the middle. I tell you what though, I think that 29B machine was really fast right around the lip. And now Patton is right up on the rear deck lid. 1 car length
to go.
1 car length separates Ryan Patton from his first ever Instigators win. Like you said, Dad, 15 to go. Patton is searching. Buck is on the cushion. Out of turn number 2. He'll inch closer, the 53P machine. He smells it in the air. Off of turn number 4, he'll get that cut down. That cut down's helping him stay a little bit closer, getting into turn number 1 now. He'll look to the inside. Buck way up on the berm. Here comes Ryan Patton. Patton to the inside. Not going to make it happen this time. Out of turn number 4, here comes Ryan Patton. Ryan Patton back through the middle. trying to have an egg under that throttle pedal as he takes a peek to the inside. We're side by side down the back straightaway for the lead. Ryan Patton out of the bottom side. He'll show the nose. Out of turn number 4, Ryan Patton looking for the lead. Too close to call. Into turn number 1, Patton able to run through the middle side. The 29B not quite sure where he's at yet. Here comes Ryan Patton. Into turn number 3, he's going to throw a Hail Mary slide job up to the outside. Here comes Cody Buck. He'll turn the car down the hill. Ryan Patton leads here late in this one. Cody Buck to the inside now. Out of turn to number 2. Buck back to the inside now. Ryan Patton can't give that line up. Into turn number 3. Cody Buck's going to try and work the bottom side now. Can he find what he found earlier? At the line, still Ryan Patton. Laps winding down now. Cody Buck overdrives a little bit there. He'll be in the slick. Ryan Patton's going to be able to hold him off for right now. Into turn number 3. Cody Buck trying to slow the car down around the inside of the racetrack where he's been mostly. Ryan Patton still has him with the outside momentum. Lap traffic ahead of him. Could it become a factor? To the inside goes Cody Buck. John Spiel ahead of him in that 9 machine. Patton continues on the cushion. John Spiel runs the bottom side. At the line, though, they're dead even. Winding down in laps. We work lap 68 to 75. Out of turn 2. They're side by side down the back straightaway. John Spiel catches the wall. Ryan Patton has to adjust his line. We're 3 wide with the lap car here out of turn number 4. It's going to close. There's contact. Buck in the inside wall. Lap traffic becomes a factor. And that might have just ended the chances of Cody Buck getting back to the inside here. Ryan Patton now has a significant lead over the 29B machine of Cody Buck.
What would it be like, Tyler, that lap traffic took it away and lap traffic helped give it?
Yep. I tell you what,
Patton earned it, but it came down to that was so close.
Whew. Now that was close. Unbelievable. You're able to stay clean and green. That's how it goes. Nobody can lift on a crucial moment like that. These guys were going tooth and nail. And I tell you what, like you said earlier this year at Huset's, there was a lap car in front of the 53P machine, which might have just costed him that feature win at Huset's. And right now, in his sights, is a possible first win for the 53P machine. But we saw this at Cedar Lake. Let's not jump to conclusions. He just needs to keep the car under him. Ryan Patton leads here as we work lap 73. No lap traffic ahead of him. He's not going to catch him at the end of this race. Cody Buck.
It's good.
Caution flag! Oh my! That is not what Ryan Patton wanted to see at all. This changes the whole game.
In the wall. They will be single file.
This started with
this is going to be a green-white checkered?
This started with a 3-wide battle into turns 3 and 4. Jeremy Briot on the bottom, 57T of Todd Bailey through the middle, and Byron Meeks on the outside. And they come off that corner. And just Briot got on the brakes there. He got a little bit, didn't quite have the angle he wanted getting into turn 1. And missed the mark, locked it up for the 57T of Todd Bailey. And unfortunately went around, caught Newcomb hard in the door. And then Gormont, he threw it sideways there coming into that late. So Briot was having a great night. He drove up to 5th there and was racing for actually another top 3 finish, podium finish here, and unfortunately gets caught up in one here late.
Man, oh man. Ryan Patton did not want to see that.
No, he did not. And this changes the whole game. Ryan Patton had that one all but packaged up there. And now this one's not over. Like you said, it will be a single file restart. So these guys are going to have to choose where they want to be. And I wonder if Cody Buck's going to try and roll that bottom. If he can roll it. He overdrove there under Patton. If he would have just slowed down a little more, I tell you what, he might be dangerous here. Ryan Patton's going to try and hold him off. He's been ever so close so many times. Could this be another Heartbreak Hotel story, or could this be the time we see him here in Victory Lane? Out of 4, he'll fire early. Good start for Ryan Patton. He'll grab a lot of ground there. Good early start. Cody Buck, he's going to try and protect on the bottom side. Ryan Patton down the back straightaway. Cody Buck under fire himself. Patton gets a little tight there. Smeal Racing Designz white flag. One more time around. He's just got to make it 4 more corners. He's got a gap into turns 1 and 2. Ryan Patton has a gap on second place runner Cody Buck down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Nobody's going to take this one away from him. Ryan Patton wins his first ever feature here with the Instigators. Second, Cody Buck. Third will be Byron Meeks. Fourth, the Mundurf Warrior Todd Bailey. Fifth is going to be Orvis Newcomb.
And oh man, long time coming for Ryan Patton. And he is going to be happy as he is. Save your car for the pictures, Pat. Oh, nice little 360 down the front stretch.
Yeah, he'll blow a donut here and see if he gives us a couple more here. He's going to pull it up to Victory Lane here and park it. And become another new feature winner here with the Instigators. He's been here with us for a long, long time in that 53P machine. And never found himself here in Victory Lane. But tonight, he finds himself in the back road powder coating Victory Lane here at Volusia Speedway Park. What a run here tonight for Ryan Patton.
Oh, this ought to be a good interview as Patton has had some. He's had some definite heartbreakers this year, and I told him it was coming, and tonight he got her done. All right, Tyler, we have Ryan Patton in the booth, and I'm telling you what, this young man's going to be excited as he's had some heartbreakers this year, but he has finally got his first career win here in the Instigators League in the Big Block Modifieds. Congratulations, Ryan. Tell us about your race.
Oh, what a long 4 years, man.
Man, you did her in fashion, but you know, had to pass your way up to the front, then got that late race caution. That had to be like, man, you're probably thinking, what's going to go wrong?
Oh, my heart just sunk. I didn't know if I had enough speed to keep it in front of anybody if a caution came out. I mean, I was pretty much just trying to stay right in the middle of the track, make it as hard as possible for anybody to pass me. But
well, man, tell me how your was your heart rate up, palms sweaty? Tell me how this feels to finally get your first win.
Oh, buddy, my heart's pounding.
Yeah,
I've never. Well, I mean, this is an experience.
I'll tell you, we tell people all the time, it's really something. I mean, you think it's just, you know, we put our heart and soul into this, and you know, and you try, you give 110% every week, and it just falls short. And then you've had a couple this year that we thought you had, and it got away from you. And tonight, it wasn't getting away from you tonight.
No, nope. Oh.
You need a minute there. I imagine you'll be cracking a beer here real quick.
Oh, buddy, if I didn't have to go to work, I would be right now.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your race, though. Was you you know, this is your first win. I don't want to cut your interview short. I want to hear what you have to say. You know, was you saving some tires at the beginning and then decided to drop the hammer later on, or they just come back to you and you never really changed anything?
I mean, the car was kind of just not there at the beginning, not where I wanted it to be. And the bottom, I don't think really was there for the majority of the race. So that was it was there for a little while, but it was pretty much gone. So it was run the top, follow the leader, try and find a little variation in the top lines just to get a little extra on the guy in front of you, and that's what I did. I moved down to the middle and in 1 and 2 and started running that, and saw that I was catching, and then running a cut down out of 3 and 4, and it was about even with that. But that middle in 1 and 2 definitely was the that's where the fast line was, in my opinion.
Yeah, Tyler and I were talking about that as you found that line, and you could see every lap that you were gaining, and I thought he's got the laps, he's got the time, and he's going to get there. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, I bet you he sees that his heart's pounding. He sees he's going to get there, and it's like, man, when I get there, what's going to happen? Well, you made it happen. You worked on the inside, and you made a good move, and Cody ran you clean, and that was good. You two raced a good race, and it was good racing all night long. And man, I just can't give you enough congratulations. You've had some out of league race wins here with us in the Instigator League. You've had some pavement race wins. But as far as a league dirt race win, you were had votes last year as one of the guys most deserving, and I just want to congratulate you in the whole Instigator League for your first win.
Thank you.
Anybody you'd like to thank, Brian?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for doing this every week, and I want to thank every single driver in that big block class for putting on good races every single week. Everybody runs everybody clean. It's a blast no matter where you're at.
Yeah, you guys definitely put on a good race, and man, I'm glad to get to see you get the monkey off your back. Get some momentum built up, and you're having a good points rate run this year. You're running your second points, so you had good results. Just didn't get that win. Now you did, and you can move on from here.
Yep. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Congratulations. We'll move on down here to second place. Cody Buck, great run tonight. You come home second. You was out front there for a long time, and I know when you're out front like that, man, you just, we don't have mirrors. You don't know where the other guys are running or where they're picking up speed, and sometimes you're just like a sitting duck out there. And it looks like you readjusted after you saw Ryan get by you there, but it was a little too late there at the end.
Yeah, it was. I'd like to congratulate Patton first off. He really deserved that win, and it's just tough when you're out front leading that far ahead and you don't really know where they're running their line to find you at and gain. It's once they're there, it's just too late. You got to try to work back around them again after that.
Yeah, things got really hairy there. You guys caught lap traffic. Nobody did anything wrong. We all came 3 wide there, and you kind of got the short end of the stick on that one. As you and Patton was wire to wire there. Not sure who was going to win that, and that kind of opened the door for Patton. And then you had a late race caution, and Patton got a good start there. But I thought maybe you were going to have something for her there at the end. But still a solid second place finish.
Yeah, after we got into the little tussle with the lap car and I hit the wall there, I ended up with wheel damage, so I was fighting the car. I had nothing for him after that.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on second. Who'd you like to thank?
You guys for putting the show on every week. It's always a blast coming in here, racing this. It's always clean racing no matter where you're at in the field. It's just a blast.
All right, Cody. Well, thank you, man. You've been a good addition this year in this modified class. Have raced well, and congratulations on your success. And we'll more to come.
All right, thank you.
Moving on down to your points leader, who come from the back this week, and another solid finish. Got up to third. Looked like he was going to be in contention there, possibly for the win, and it looked like maybe the car just went away a little bit towards the end. I'm not sure what happened there, but kind of stalled out. But still a good finish there in third place.
Yeah, the car was pretty good. I smoked the barrel in 3 and 4 on the first lap and kind of messed up my left front, so it was kind of tough to wheel going down the front stretch and back stretch. I just couldn't get comfortable.
Well, I mean, being comfortable in these race cars is actually the number one key. And people think it's other things, but comfort is definitely number one. Is you can just be consistent when the car's comfortable.
Absolutely, it's definitely one of those things you got to be comfortable to, get up front and be out front. But tonight was one of those nights I just couldn't get real comfortable.
Well, you still lead the points here. Coming out here, you're having a heck of a season, and another podium. You can't complain every time you get to the podium and you start in the back. I know. I always think, man, if I starting in the back to get to a podium, that's like a win to me. So you do it
I,
each and every week that you win, and I congratulate you there for being able to come up through there clean and do what you do.
absolutely. And congrats to Patton too. I mean, that man's worked his butt off and drove his butt off this year, and he's definitely deserved that win.
All right, Drake. Anybody you'd like to thank here before we move on to the pro lates?
Thank you guys. Like always, every week you guys put on a great show, and all the big block guys for racing everybody clean and having fun.
Hey, Drake. Before you go, we do have one question. What is your
Yeah.
preferred name? Is it Drake, Byron, or Squeaky? Tell us.
It don't matter to me. Everyone calls me something different. That's like I go to the race shop every evening, and everyone calls me Dippy there. So it's
Oh, there's a
whatever
fourth.
you guys feel comfortable. Yeah,
Well,
there's a fourth one.
Yeah, well,
There
actually,
is
when
a
we were
fourth
racing together in Supers, I called you something else. But hey, we won't talk about that on the air.
one. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Man. Just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever you guys want to call me, it don't matter to me. Just man of many names.
Well, I'm telling you what, man. We'll just throw them all in a hat. We'll draw one out, and that's what you'll be that night.
All righty. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, Tyler. That pretty much sums up our interviews tonight in Big Block, and we're going to move on to our final race of the night in the Pro Lates, 75 laps of Cedar Lake. Stay tuned.
Yeah, this one's going to be interesting. I just want to say, from myself, congratulations to Ryan Patton there on that one, and it's awesome to see the heart rate go up in a game right now. I know if I haven't been towards the front so long, and I think if I was leading the race, I'd probably start shaking too. So, I understand.
It's something how this this is just a computer game to some people, but it's a sport also that you put a lot of effort into it, time and trying to
It's
get good,
frustrating.
and it's just you get frustrated, you get happy, and it's like the real thing. That's all I can tell people.
Yeah, if I'm being 100% honest, everybody home, I was running that super late heat race, and I'm running second, and I was shaking. Thinking, because I felt pretty good for the first time in a while. I was like, holy man, if I could just keep on right here. I'm shaking, and I'm running second. I'm not even the guy you're watching. I'm second place field filling, but I'm like just worked up. So it's pretty cool, and I can't imagine how it felt for Ryan Patton there. Congratulations to him. And I'm sure, although he's got to go to work now, he'll be saving a beer for later.
Oh, he'll be probably best night of work in a long time tonight.
Probably. But like you said, we're going to get ready for the HighLine Designz Pro Late models, and we'll be right back here in just a short few moments. Alrighty, we're gonna remember to stream the practice session here for the
Yeah.
HighLine Designz Pro Label.
Once again, we apologize again for the Big Block Modifieds Hot Lap session not being streamed. We had a lot of good information, and sorry you guys didn't get to hear it. We
Yeah.
talked to each other like
One of the best
a couple
conversations.
old pals.
One of the best
it's been-
conversations we've ever had, and we're just, we had a couple of nice kind souls in the form of Dippy, Squeaky, Byron Meeks, Drake Meeks.
Yeah.
And Daniel Collins also. I saw him hop up here for a second. Tell us we weren't streaming, so we were just a couple of clowns here talking to ourselves like we were talking to the whole world, and we weren't. So now we're back. But you
Just
can hear us.
gotta
this time.
point out, top of the leaderboard right now, with a brand new wrap after leading last week. The guy's just starting to get cocky.
Yeah, that's
this
a
kid. Number
peak-
72, Dave Reesager in a peak performance race
Peak.
car.
Peak performance. Peak
Yeah.
antifreeze and coolant.
Guy is not sure what his age is, but I know it's over 60, and he thinks he's at his peak right now.
I tell you what, he is
He
peak.
is.
I tell you what, he's definitely at the peak. I'd have to say he's probably at the peak of his racing career right now. Is he's got that car rolling better than a lot of these guys have. Honestly, I'd have to say he's one of the smoother drivers out there. I mean, he just doesn't get excited anymore, and I mean it's been a huge thing for him. And right now, the line he's taking right now is a great line. He's able to slide up to that cushion off of 2, get the drive down there, and the only thing lacking there is a little bit more aggression, trying to get up to that outside cushion, and a little bit more aggression in traffic. But he's getting more and more comfortable, and he's starting to go towards that, and now he has the speed, so he can start to work on that.
I mean, he's running Brady down like he's a rabbit dog. Right?
Yeah, bad news Brady practically in the way already. In that 77 machine, but he's
We'll hear about that tomorrow when he watches this stream.
yeah. Bad news Brady slow. Read all about it.
But hey, we were talking earlier about we are gonna have 2 weeks off till we race Charlotte. So just a reminder to everyone that we will be off for 2 weeks. We are off for the holidays. Won't be back till the 6th of January. And we will be racing our special at Charlotte, and that's our mid-season special. And before we start our second half of our weekly tracks, and it's our halfway point for our points series, and also we will not have another week off after we come back, so it'll be straightforward 10 weeks straight, barring any kind of electrical complete meltdown of the city. And what else did we talk about last time?
The following week coming back, we'll be back at our original tracks. We had been at every single track so far, and we'll be back at, I do believe we said Lucas Oil with the lower lap count, and then after that, Knoxville with the higher lap count to try and keep, we'll be coming back to Lucas because it'll be the small lap count along with our powder puffs.
Yeah, we have 2 small lap counts in a row, and the first one back will be our next powder puff race, and then January 20th will be our mechanics race, one and only mechanics race this year in 358 modifieds, and they will be running 25 laps at Lucas Oil Speedway. And last year our winner in the street stock division was Paul Cott, hoping he comes back to try to defend his championship status there for the only mechanic so far in that won. And hopefully we got some challengers, and these guys need to get their mechanics all ready to roll and get them seats fitted in those 358 modifieds.
Yeah, we were talking about there that these 358s I think is going to be really lower the caution count. Those street stocks are, you'd be surprised, but with those leaf spring cars and the way they handle, they're a little shifty, and something that's actually pretty hard to jump right in and be effective in. These 358 modifieds are a lot better at keeping the power down and keeping you having drive to the racetrack. So I think it's going to really let some guys be a little bit better against Paul Cott, and we hope to see Paul Cott back. Like I had previously said there in the big blocks there when we weren't talking to anybody but ourselves, that was able to talk to Paul Cott there and was able to get a radiator from Paul Cott there and was trying to get him to come in full time with us here, but I don't think I've got him quite that far talked into it yet, but definitely hoping to see him come back for the mechanics race here in just a few weeks.
Yeah, I hope to see him back, and hope these guys, a good majority of them, get somebody there to run their cars and run this mechanics race. I'm going to try to find somebody. I don't really have a full-time mechanic right now, as you and I kind of mechanic for each other, so
What does that mean?
we're not allowed to run the mechanics race.
You
so
can drive for me, bud.
I don't know if that might be frowned upon.
That might be frowned upon.
But we'll see if we can get somebody there to run that, and I'd like to see 12, 14 modifiers. And like you said, those street stocks, I thought that would be the way to go. But man, with these leaf spring cars and them setups not being the greatest, they were a handful. And boy, the cautions proved that these guys weren't quite ready for it. Because some of these guys, these mechanics races, have never even been on a sim before, never drove these cars. And it's a little harder than what it looks, and the amount of cautions last year proved itself. But these 358 modifieds are a lot of race car with limited horsepower, so it makes them, man, they're really good racing though. We've raced a lot of fixed races, and it comes right down. You can throw 5 cars under a blanket with guys that are experienced, and I think these guys will enjoy racing these cars.
Yeah, you want to talk about some barn burners. Some of our biggest barn burners have been in those 358 modifieds fixed. I mean, they're just so close, and everybody, the mistakes are so limited, and I think that's why it's really going to bring down on the cautions, but keep the racing just spectacular. I really think so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope, our goal, there's 2 goals for the mechanics race, for me personally is to put on a little bit of a show, some fun for the fans, but it's also, hey, if I can gain a racer out of this mechanics race, for the future, that's also what I'm looking for, So, like you said, we've tried to get Paul Cock to join because he did a good job, and some other guys. But if nobody ever does, actually, I think Dennis Harrison III was a mechanics racer last year, and he now races with us till he broke a hip or whatever happened. But I do believe he was in the mechanics race last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, it's you want to bring.
Is that correct, Tyler? I think Dennis Harrison was a mechanics racer last year, and we gained him this year, if I'm not mistaken.
I wasn't 100% sure on that. I think you're right, because I think he ran for Blaze.
Yeah. So that's our goal, is to get some people, have some fun, and maybe pick up a new racer or two, because we're still looking to fill these fields up for the future, but with drivers that are dedicated and think the way we think and have the same morals about racing as we do, and not just out there to bash cars and have a demolition derby like some of the races out in the world are. And that's so I'm very picky about who we bring in, but mechanics race is a good way to judge a person's character, and and that's, you offer a guy or two a chance to race with us, and it's nice if we pick somebody up.
Yeah, thinking on that, just mentioning Dennis Harrison there, like we said, not with us recently due to a broken hip, so just continue to get well soon. Hope to see him back whenever he's healed. You thought, we hope maybe he'd fight through the pain, but that's understandable not having.
Well, the guy needs to get dedication and get some hand controls. No, I'm just kidding.
Facts.
Guys,
No, we're just kidding.
We're on a roll tonight. We're ragging on everybody, bud.
Oh yeah, we're ragging on everybody. I tell you what, though, you take a look at these times. I mean, quick time, Dave Riesling with a 13.035. Your slowest car out there is Colton Joyner with a 13.3. I mean, that is 3/10 between 10 cars.
And that don't even make sense. The guy walked the dog on the field last week.
I know.
So, what that tells me, Tyler? That tells me that guy's got to set up for the slick long haul feature racetrack, and these guys are just trying to go fast and look cool.
Facts.
No, in all seriousness, man, that is a fact. There's a lot of times if you watch a guy that ain't that fast, that isn't really that fast in a heat race or qualifying, he sometimes has a really good setup when the track slicks up, because the car is just tight. These cars, if they're bound up tight from when the track slicks up, when you're in a feature or I'm sorry, excuse me, when you're in a heat race or qualifying, when a track has a lot of bite in it, the cars don't want to turn or bound up, and they actually don't turn the lap times that a car's a little freer does. But man, once that track slicks up, them cars come to life.
I tell you what, bud, we might have been mistaken. I see Blaze Harrison in this right now.
No.
We were telling him he didn't have dedication, and right now
Oh.
I'm thinking Blaze Harrison is back.
That should be Dennis Harrison. That guy.
Dennis
is probably so mad at
Harrison
us
the
right now.
third. I didn't even see
Broken
it. I
hip.
see Blaze, broken hip. He's here tonight, folks. Let's give a round of applause. I want to hear everybody clapping.
There it is.
Woo!
There it is. Woo!
Let's give it up for
Broken
Dennis
hip and all,
Harrison.
that's dedication. Man,
You know-
just when we were ragging on him.
I mean,
Just
just
when we
right.
were ragging on him.
And I didn't see it. He just kind of the helmet kind of blended in here, in broken hip and all. You know. There he is, first on the grid. Dennis Harrison the third is back here at the Instigators.
Oh, man. Well, why don't you just lead us off here? Well, when we get everybody lined up, because we'll get this party started.
Alrighty. I think we got cars rolling on the pole of this one. Out of Hyde, Pennsylvania. You know him as Bad News Brady. That's Nathan Brady in a 77 machine. Outside of him in the 46. That's going to be Kirk Cass out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
Inside your second row, the man of the hour, broken hip and all. Just talking about him, ragging on him. There he is in the 42H out of Allegheny, New York is Dennis Harrison III. Outside of him in the 157, he hails out of Curwensville. That is Dave McGovern.
Rounding out your field, coming out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania now in that 98 machine, that's going to be Larry Hess. I tell you what, Dennis Harrison, when he was here in recent weeks, that car was bad fast. He put it up front and just never could find himself as the winner. But I tell you what, I'm sure he's gonna have a little bit discomfort in his hip here, but he's here to race, and we're glad to have him. So glad that he's here, and we're sorry for ragging on him. Green flag out of turn number 4. We're going to turn the pro late models loose here into turn number 1. Nathan Brady, he'll roll around that bottom side. He's going to slide maybe to the outside here. Yes, he will. He's going to close the door right now. Dennis Harrison pick it up right where he left off, right around the bottom, trying to go to the lead here out of turn number 4. He'll peek it over to the inside of Bad News Brady. Brady gets high there. He'll grab a handful of the cushion, rock it off at turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Holy man, that cushion has got a ton of grip. I didn't think Brady was going to be able to make a corner. Kirk Cass and Dave McGovern are going to plow the fence there. They'll hold on to it now, though.
Brady got way up there and grabbed something. I never thought Brady would go that high.
Yeah, I know that cushion had a ton of grip. I thought he was in the wall, and here I saw that car set and go. As now he's trying to pull away from Dennis Harrison III here, who's trying to prove us wrong. I tell you what, Harrison might have a broken hip, but he is driving that car like he is. Oh, he's going to catch a concrete there. Hold on to it. But he's driving the wheels off of it just like we always see out of him.
I don't know, Tyler. I told Brady today at work, I said, if you don't get at least a top 5 or get a heat race winner, do something, don't even show your face at work. He must have took me serious.
He must have took you serious. I tell you what. He took out his don't even come in as he is ripping the lip right now. He's selling t-shirts right now in that number 77 machine, but I tell you what, he's fast right now. On that outside cushion, I tell you what, that's where Colton Joyner was all night last week. So I'm telling you, if he can stay up there and hold it consistently, he's got a chance there as he continues to rip that lip. But I tell you what, Dennis Harrison, not far off of him. Through 3 and 4. Smeal Racing Designz, white flag. One more time around for Bad News Brady. Back into turn number 1. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Harrison starting to close, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. He'll take a peek to the inside. Out of turn number 4. Nathan Brady's going to pick up HighLine Designz Pro Late Model Heat Race 1. Second goes to Dennis Harrison. Third, Larry Hess. Fourth, Kirk Cass. Fifth, Dave McGovern.
I'll tell you what, Dennis Harrison III said, who has a broken hip? Not me. He drove the heck out of that car after being off a few weeks and put the heat on Brady on that last corner. So that's a man to watch.
Yeah, that was, he's been ever so close so far this year, and I must have been feeling up to the challenge here tonight and made his way here with us, and we're glad to have him, and was hoping whenever he felt a little better, he'd make his way back to the racetrack here with us, and here he is tonight.
Well, I'll lead us off, Tyler. Heat race number 2. Your points leader on the pole in the number 13 He hails out of Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania. That'd be John Smill outside of him. Out of DuBois, PA. The one-star last week's feature winner, Colton Joyner.
Inside row number 2 in the 116 machine. That card is gleaming here, that Budweiser machine. That's going to be Mike Anderson. Mike Anderson out of DuBois, Pennsylvania. Outside of him in the 72 machine. Also out of DuBois, Pennsylvania in that peak performance. Number 72, that's going to be Dave Riesinger.
Rounding out your field in the 80J, he hails out of Grampian, Pennsylvania. That is Kevin Action Jackson in the number 80J.
Couple cars to watch here. The 72 machine, quick time in hot laps. So quick time in hot laps for that 72. Your point leader here. Colton Joyner had a super fast race car here just a week ago. Here we go. John Smeal going to turn him loose here at a turn. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not sure if this one's going to fly. Are we going to keep him rolling here? We are. John Smeal, he thought about jumping pretty heavily there, and he got on the binders, kind of checked the whole field up as we'll get him back rolling now. No caution there. Thought maybe we might have seen one, but I guess everybody kept it going, so we'll stay green here. Jonathan Smeal, he'll lead. Colton Joyner runs second. Mike Anderson trying to work on that. Dave Riesinger runs fourth now. He'll go up to that outside cushion, side by side for second out of turn number 4. Riesinger, he'll grab a handful of the cushion. Door gets closed heavily by the 116 of Mike Anderson. So now Riesinger's going to cut the car down the racetrack. He'll look to the inside. Great move. Great move from Dave Riesinger.
Unbelievable.
He'll turn the car. He'll drive off the bottom of 2 now. He'll have him by half a cat's whisker down the back straightaway. Riesinger going to leave a lane. Mike Anderson gets a little tight there, so Riesinger's going to have that third place position now off of turn number 4. Riesinger's going to throw that slide job. He'll go up to the outside line now. Into turn number 3. He'll slide through the middle. Oh, Anderson gets tight again. He's in the wall hard. Trying to get off of it. I think he might have a right front problem. There goes the right front tire. I'm not sure if we're going to see a caution. No, we're not. Jonathan Spiel still leads us. Colton Joyner runs second. Here comes Dave Riesinger. Dave Riesinger to the inside now for second. Trying to come from fourth to second right now. Only car not on that outside cushion. Joyner flirting with disaster. Riesinger trying to roll right through the center. Smeal racing Designz white flag. One more time around for Jonathan Smeal. But the race is for second. Out of turn number 2, Joyner will pull ahead. So out of turn 4, Jonathan Smeal is going to win heat race number 2 with the HighLine Designz. For second, it's still going to be Colton Joyner. He'll pick up second place. Third place, Dave Riesinger.
Riesinger continues to show that speed in that 72 car, right? That's impressive down there in the bottom whenever everybody's rolling that top side like that. That's car's got a lot of speed in it.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
That should set our field up for a 75-lap main event. These guys are going to get a minute for warm-up, man, and we had some fireworks last week. Hoping everything goes good tonight.
Yeah, we definitely had some fireworks. A race that maybe from the fans' point of view looked pretty harmless and hard race, no harm, no foul. We had a couple of calls received on the back end of that race. So.
Well, these guys are. I tell you what, they put on a show. They put on a show. There's passion.
We'll call
if you don't have passion
that's
for the sport,
passion.
Well, yeah. Well, the only problem with that is I seem to be my number's the only one that gets called. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's part of it.
That's your job.
Part of.
That's what happens when you have 75% ownership of the company.
Well.
I mean, whenever they're trying to go to corporate, they call corporate. They don't call the CEO over here. They don't call her. So, part of it. But
part of it.
I know you're just hoping you're not going to have a call here tonight, but
my goal is no phone calls after the races. That's my goal.
No phone calls or no questions. That is the goal at the end of the.
That is the goal.
Which I think we've got a lot of valuable information across this week. So.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we can just point.
It's a learning curve. Week in and week out, and
we've established a lot of dates and a lot of things. So we're just happy that everybody's here, and we're going to try and have a good one here tonight. But we
Why
got
don't
bad.
we wait until Colton Joyner drops to the back? That way it's a little easier to do
Yeah.
our lineup.
That sounds fine to me, but I do just want to point out one quick thing here. We're talking about trying to, keep everything sweet here tonight. We got bad news on the front row here.
Bad news, Brady. Go ahead and sign him off, bud.
All
Sign him
righty.
off.
On the pull of this one in the 77 machine. He's out of Hyde, Pennsylvania. He's bad news. It's bad news, Brady in the 77. Outside of him in the 13 machine, that's going to be Jonathan Smeal. He's your points leader in that 13 machine. He's out of Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania.
Inside that second row, back with some hip pain, but still out there racing the 42H out of Allegheny, New York. We have Dennis Harrison III, and outside of him, fast as heck lately in that new wrap in the Peak 72 out of DuBois, Pennsylvania, we have Dave Riesinger.
Row 3 on the inside. That's going to be Larry Hess out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Outside of him, the 116 out of DuBois.
Inside your fourth row of 46 out of Clearfield, we have Kirk Hess. And outside of him, last year's feature winner, 1-star Colton Joyner. Rounding out your field in 157 will be Dave McGovern out of Kerrsville. Green, green, green.
We're a green flag into turn number 1. Bad news, Brady. He gets a push there, but he has the lead down the back straightaway. Well, he's going to throw her sideways into turns 3 and 4 out of 4. Bad news, Brady leads lap number 1 here. He'll jump up to that outside lane where it was fast here in his heat race. He's going to try and lip around the outside. Jonathan Spiel, good run to the inside. Holy man, Brady's getting all it's worth out there here on lap number 1. Down the front straightaway, Jonathan Spiel, he works to the inside. No! Oh my gosh, that was close. I don't know how Brady got her turn, but holy man, that goes almost bad news for the rest of the field behind him. He'll hold on to it as he drops to second right now, but he's still on the racetrack as he works, trying to work back to the outside of Jonathan Spiel now. Here comes Dennis Harrison III. Here comes Dave Riesinger. Harrison to the inside. We're 3 wide for second out of turn number 4. Harrison has second at the line. Brady runs that outside cushion. Riesinger a little lower. Harrison now runs second. He's going to try and slide to that outside berm. I think he will. He'll slide in front of the 77 machine. Riesinger now on the inside of the 77. Riesinger looking for third here early in this one. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Riesinger has third. John Spiel still your leader. Harrison gets a little high there. Here comes Riesinger for second now. In that peak performance number 72, Dave Riesinger trying to get to the inside here. He'll run in that third and final podium position right now. Harrison bangs it off. Sparklers off the wall. Down the front straightaway. Harrison still has it. Jonathan Spiel continues to run that bottom lane. He's your leader. Second, Harrison. He continues to sell T-shirts with that broken hip. Hopefully he doesn't grab that wall a little too hard. He might feel a pain in that right side. Down the front straightaway. Harrison letting it all hang out there on the outside as they try and close the gap on that 13 machine. Great racing here at Cedar Lake here to start early.
Oh, Brady hardened the wall.
Saw that there out of the corner of my eye. Brady catches the concrete there. He'll hold on to fourth, though. Now Riesinger maybe going to try and creep up behind Harrison and just try and ride here for a little bit. Now he'll go back to the middle side. We've seen that middle slider line work pretty good here in these pro late models. Harrison still holds them off for right now, but Dave Riesinger right there waiting in the wins. Jonathan Spiel still leads. Second, Dennis Harrison now. Dave Riesinger, Nathan Brady, Larry Hess, Colton Joyner. He runs 6 right now. Back up front, Dennis Harrison starting to get that car wound up on the outside. He is throwing sparklers off the wall. Down the front straightaway trying to close in on that 13 machine. I tell you what, when there is a hammer down racetrack to be had, Harrison's been one of the fastest cars every night. He almost got her done at Lernerville. This place, he has a wall. Could that keep him in the ballpark to get it done here tonight? He's trying to work around the outside of John Smeal. Into turn number 3. Sparklers off the wall. He'll grab a handful of the cushion and the wall down the front straightaway. Not going to happen yet. Here comes Dennis Harrison the third. He'll rip the lip out at turn 2. Could we see a slider or a crossover? He'll wait on him. Into turn number 3. He'll grab the concrete. Off of turn number 4. He'll drive back to the rear deck lid of Jonathan Smeal. Dennis Harrison, a line that I've heard the 13 machine use quite a bit is Ryan Newman. It's like trying to pass Ryan Newman. I bet you the 42H machine thinks, holy man, I'm racing Ryan Newman in this 13 machine. But now he's going to pick it over to the outside. He's going to get a lane here. Can he make something happen with it? John Spiel leaves him a lane now. Jonathan Spiel leaves a lane to the 42H machine on the outside. Down the front straightaway, half a car length to Jonathan Spiel. He continues to run that outside. Harrison back up to the cushion. Riesinger is running third right there in the picture. Oh my goodness, here comes Riesinger. He has got a hot rod here tonight. Side by side for the lead. Riesinger's right there in the wins. Down the back straightaway. John Smeal. Dennis Harrison. Dave Riesinger. They're under a blanket. Bad news, Brady trying to find his way back into the fight. Colton Joyner runs fifth now. Into turns 1 and 2. Harrison got there and now he can't complete it. John Smeal actually going to try and look back to that inside lane, maybe clear him back. Out of turn number 4, Harrison's on that cushion. They're dead even again. Harrison all the way out to that cushion. He'll grab a handful off it, too. He's going to have a huge run. He'll have him a half a car length into 3. Sparklers off the wall out of turn number 4. Could we have Harrison leading this one? Harrison leads. So Dennis Harrison the third, your new leader in that 42H. Jonathan Spiel not going away on the bottom. Bad news, Brady. He's closed back in on the 72. He's got that car rolling under him. Smeal maybe going to try and work his way to that outside groove now. Smeal jumps up to that outside lip now. Brady is behind them. These top 4 putting on a barn burner. Throw a blanket under them. We're 3 wide here in the middle of 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Riesinger continues to try and take a peek to the inside. Out of turn number 2, Brady tries to get a good run. Riesinger's leaving that door open, leaving a lane for him. Riesinger ever so smooth through that slick. Holds Brady at bay for now. Brady back to the outside. Harrison trying to run away now on the outside cushion. There's a door's closed. Riesinger around. Hard into the wall and upside down. Oh, McGovern collected.
Oh.
Upside down goes McGovern now. Huge accident. Red flag. Oh, man. Unfortunate circumstances. One of them things where the door was closed by Riesinger, and I'm just not sure if Brady didn't have time to react, get out of the pedal, might have got the rear end lifted on the 72 machine, and once that happened, he just brought him the rest of the way around. Nathan Brady will end up receiving the EOL for that one. So we'll take a look at it at another angle here. Yeah, Riesinger, he closes that door there and just is getting ready to set up for the corner there to get on that bottom, and Brady catches him in that rear bumper. Around goes Riesinger. And unfortunately,
got caught up.
hard hit from McGovern, and found himself both cars on their lid. It almost looked like the 72 machine was going to be able to roll back on his wheels, and after that hit, unfortunately, ends up on his roof. Not sure if we'll see that 72 machine make it back out here or not.
Man, that's
Not going to make it out.
Tough racing deal. Tough racing deal, but one of them things that.
So we're green.
Man, short. Yeah.
Riesinger not going to make it back out. Harrison to the outside cushion. He'll lead. Colton Joyner finds himself running 5th. Now he's 3rd. So now Colton Joyner back in the hunt here. He was one of the best on the top side here last week. He's trying to find that same groove, but Dennis Harrison, I tell you what, if there's anybody who's going to find it like Colton Joyner did, it's Dennis Harrison, and I think he's found it right now. Sparklers off the wall. He's selling T-shirts here tonight, net 42H. Jonathan Spiel, he's going to move up to that outside groove. So Colton Joyner, he'll move back down to that inside lane. He'll peek a nose to the inside of the 13 machine. Nathan Brady finds himself in the back here now, racing Kirk Hess and Mike Anderson right now. Riesinger hoping for a caution to see if he can get back out, but right now these cars are cooking off laps as he continues to go laps down here at Cedar Lake. So pull her back from the pit lane back to his stall for now. Harrison leads in the wall pretty hard during that time. He'll hold on to the right front for right now, but Jonathan Spiel closes. You got to wonder, how does Spiel feel now that he let that 42H machine get around him? That's going to be a tough one to try and drive back around. We've seen how good that 42H machine can be. Dennis Harrison trying to, after us not seeing him here earlier tonight, trying to get a word with us up here in the booth. Trying to prove everybody wrong here in that 42H machine. Broken hip and all, he is driving the wheels off this thing. He still leads here as we work lap 33. Jonathan Smeal runs second. Third place, Colton Joyner. Larry Hess runs fourth. Nathan Brady up to fifth now. That cushion pretty good here tonight. Single file around the lip. Everybody looking for a mistake. Sparklers off the wall for the 42H. Colton Joyner looking to the inside of Jonathan Smeal now, trying to roll through that center. He'll roll around the bottom, peek a nose off of 2. Not going to make it happen quite yet. Could we see a slide job? Maybe trying to rattle Smeal, see if he can get him to make a mistake as Smeal drives back around the outside. Joyner back up to the cushion. He'll grab a handful of it. He'll strive out of turn number 2. We'll stay single file through 3 and 4. Your best battle right now is for that second place position. Joyner up to the cushion. Smeal kind of running through that middle groove in 1 and 2. I think that's going to bite him. Here comes Colton Joyner. Colton Joyner right on the left side door panel of Jonathan Smeal. Smeal trying to run through that slick. It's not where you need to be right now. Right up on that berm like Colton Joyner. Joyner's going to drive around him out of turn number 2. What a move by Colton Joyner. Oh, he gets too much into turn 3 though. Is Smeal going to leave him a lane? Out of turn number 4. Colton Joyner absolutely just put the pedal down and drove around him. Now he's trying to get back to him now. How long is Smeal going to let him have a lane out there? Out of turn 4. Could he close the door here? Not yet. Smeal gives him a lane. Out of turn number 2. Now he's got the chance. Joyner's back there. Smeal now doesn't have the option to move up. Sparklers off the wall for Colton Joyner. He's going to be able to drive around Jonathan Smeal here through 1 and 2. Joyner's he just knows how to run turns 1 and 2 ever so perfect. And that's how you got to be here. But I think Harrison has found it just as good right now. Joyner is absolutely selling t-shirts here in the 1 star. What a move that was to get around Jonathan Smeal. He saw him running that middle, was able to set it up, drive around the outside. Now he runs second. Jonathan Smeal at risk of losing his second or first place streak right now, running third. We work lap 44 now into turns 1 and 2. Joyner gets on that cushion earlier, and he's got more speed through the corner. Harrison continues to run consistent through 3 and 4, but Joyner's trying to close. Like you said, Dad, he's got a setup for the slick right now, and I tell you what, when that cushion comes in, that car is good.
Yeah, he's definitely fast. And I'll tell you what, Brady's got a hot rod, too. If he wouldn't have gotten that mishap, he's able to get back up with these guys, and now he's fighting for the 4th position, and it won't be long you'll be on the back end of your points leader.
Now Colton Joyner takes a different approach. He'll look to the inside off of turn number 4. He'll peek a nose, but not quite yet. Harrison kind of slides up to that cushion off the corner, gives him a good run off, but I tell you what, Joyner's able to drive early into that cushion, and that's really the difference in speed right now on that outside line. Joyner's trying to find another way around him, but you got to think slider might be the only way that he can make this happen. Just a part of racing here at Cedar Lake. That cushion gets ever so dominant here at this point of the race, and that's where everybody's at. But Harrison making a few mistakes here and there. This is a huge turn. Harrison messed up there. He caught the wall down the straightaway. Colton Joyner is not able to pounce on it. Another huge factor coming up in front of him. Lap traffic. Dave McGovern looking to maybe go a lap down here as he runs the bottom, though, out of the way of your leaders. Nathan Brady on the rear decklet of your points leader.
Harrison hard in the wall.
Dennis Harrison catches the fence, but he'll keep the car straight and clean. No harm, no foul right now. Joyner on the cushion. Harrison on the cushion. Colton Joyner trying to just show the nose. If Joyner could maybe try a little bit more of a slider line through 3 and to the outside of 4, he would find a little bit more speed. But right now he's content looking on the inside. He's there now out of 2.
Not going to make it happen. Joyner's got to start thinking, am I going to have to get up here? Dave McGovern, a lap car in front of him. Joyner will. He'll step back to the outside now. Harrison has the preferred lane around the outside. I tell you what, as these guys are racing up front, Jonathan Spiel and Nathan Brady are catching. Oh, Nathan Brady goes around on his own. I think we're going to have an oval track specialties caution. Yes, we will. Bad news, Brady around. And that might have been a self-spin.
Brady was making... Boy, I tell you what, him just sitting there, I'm wondering if he didn't have mechanical
that looks
problems.
like
Oh, boy, he will be mad. Oh, he's pulling around. He's back on. I'm going to go back here and take a look, see what happened to Brady.
That was a self-spin. Definitely looks like it could have been a mechanical failure. Gets in the corner just how he always has, and just kind of looks like he lost the steering input. Car just kind of comes around down the racetrack. Larry Hess narrowly avoids.
Brady looked like he had a car that had the potential to fight for this win tonight, as he was able to get back up there, and him and Smith were catching the leaders, and that's just unfortunate for the 77, as he's had a rough year, but he definitely showed probably the best signs of speed that he's showed all year tonight.
I definitely have to agree. And he is back with us, so we'll see here what he can do. He's not too far out of this one. He restarts in that, I believe that's 7th place position. So here we go. We're going to take the green. Harrison, he waited late for that one. I tell you what, he's going to have people breathing down his neck into turn number 1. Not the best start for Harrison. Joyner all over him. Here comes Jonathan Spiel on the inside. Oh my goodness, he kept that start real close together. Here comes Joyner, here comes Smeal. Side by side for second right now. Harrison, he's got 2 hungry fellas behind him. Down the back straightaway, they're side by side for second still. These cars are dead even. Behind him, there's another oval track specialties caution. Looks like right front damage for David McGovern. Nathan Brady also slow in the back of the field.
Brady got loose again. I think he's having some problems. I'm guessing some mechanical problems. And
yeah, that looks
that
mechanical.
77 machine.
Looks mechanical. I just don't see that car going from that good to that bad. See that one? It looked like he tried to gather it back up, but just
he has disconnected. I think he has loaded up for the night. I think he's done.
And unfortunately, he spins right down into David McGovern, which in turn actually ends up having the right front knocked off of McGovern's car. So, and he is pit side, and he will disconnect. So Brady is going to load it up on the trailer here tonight. Really curious to see if Harrison tries this same restart method. I tell you what, I'm surprised we actually didn't have a pile up there early in that one. That was he waited a long time. So we're going to see if he fires a little quicker here, if he's going to let it ride here. Out of turn number 4, he picks up the pace. He is going to fire, but he still fires a little bit different than what you might think. But he'll fire. It is at his discretion, so no harm, no foul. Down the back straightaway, Spiel gets a good restart. He's looking for second right now on Joyner. Is that bottom going to come back in now? Joyner trying to get it rolling on the outside. He's trying to get back to the outside of him. Down the back straightaway, he will fill the hole. Joyner back to the outside of Jonathan Spiel. Sparklers off the wall in 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, we work lap 58 of 75 now. Harrison leads. Joyner runs second. I can see Harrison's car starting to step out now, and Joyner's is not. We're 3 wide for the lead in 3 and 4. Joyner through the middle. He'll leave a lane for Harrison. Oh, Joyner caught the wall pretty heavy there. Harrison pulls away a little bit. Spiel still runs the bottom. I'm telling you, if one of these guys could figure out a little bit of a slider line through the center of 3 and 4, that really has a lot of speed. I think we're going to have an oval track specialties caution. David McGovern has lost the front nose piece on the 157. There goes the
Caution's breed cautious, Tyler.
Yep, David McGovern once again with trouble. See what happened here running behind the 46 machine? That one, he just caught the wall getting into turn number 3. Right rear catches the fence pretty heavily, and that's going to pull the right front end and ultimately cause a lot of damage. Right front comes off, nose piece comes off, bat wings. He starts shedding parts pretty quickly. But he'll get her pulled into pit lane. And these guys are going to have another go at the 42 machine. So alrighty, they're gonna have another one. I gotta tell you, these restarts have been quite interesting. It looks like Harrison picks up the pace and then doesn't quite fire, but he has that pace, and I think a lot of guys are starting to get a little jumpy, as you might understand. So we'll see how this one goes, if he's gonna fire a little quicker or if he's gonna continue that same spot or what. But I'm thinking these guys are gonna start predicting. It's giving Jonathan Smeal a great opportunity here. Let's see, there's the pace pickup. Not going, and now we're green out of turn number 4. I tell you what, that time though, he went a little, oh, they're not, they didn't like that. They did not like that one. We're going to re-rack them and stack them. I'm going to have a feeling they're kind of seeing what we've been seeing all night there, and they didn't. They saw that one a little more. Kind of thought maybe it was a little bit of a stack up. And we had the yellow flag come out a little quick. We'll see if maybe that is a warning. Flagman might shake the stick a little bit.
Got to keep a steady pace.
Hey, he just picks up the pace.
You can pick it up a little bit, but you can't drop it back off before you take green. So, good call by the flagman, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's, you know, they kind of let him get away with it there for a while, but then eventually they're gonna put the hammer down and say, hey, we need to fix that start a little bit. So. I think these drivers, they do need to catch the pace truck, which is out of 4. So hopefully these guys want to keep their tires warm. They'll get a little feel out here. So
glad to see the flagmen doing their job and keeping things in line. I want to give a shout out to all the flagmen here that in this league. It's not a glorious job, and I thank each and every one of them. Just give them all a shout out.
Yeah, definitely thank them, and that's what we tell them to do. You don't like the start, call it back. We're here to announce this year, and we want to take that burden off of us trying making calls. So it is up to them. So they didn't like that start, and I can see why, and that's a good call. And we're going to try it again here as we got lights out on the pace truck here, and Dennis Harrison's going to maybe try and give us green here out of turn number 4. Pace truck looking to duck off here. Out of turn number 4. Slow start this time. He keeps his pace. We're green. Better start there from the 42H machine to Dennis Harrison. Slow start, but kept his pace. That's going to help him really here out of turn number 2. He's going to have a good lead here. I tell you what, though. Jonathan Spiel, like I said on that bottom line, Overtrack Specialties caution. Larry Hess involved in this one. Unfortunate for Larry Hess. He kept the car clean all night. Been running in that top 5. I'm out of turn number 2 there. Just 3 wide. And there's no way Larry Hess is going to expect the 116 of Mike Anderson to be that low. And that's just one of them things there, Mike tries.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Mike tries to. I think I made a similar move like that Mike just made right there on the first lap too. One time, people weren't happy with me. Yep.
Yeah, there was a time. We don't need to talk about it on the air.
It was actually here at the Cedar Lake Speedway, so it's pretty like deja vu.
It's called a deja vu, yeah.
But yeah,
this place is a tough place. These guys, I just want to let everybody know that these drivers pick the tracks. We have it at the banquet. We have a vote. Each division votes on the tracks they want. Some of these tracks are more elbows up. have things like this that are more possible. And Cedar Lake's one of them. So these guys voted on this Havoc, and they got what they have. That's just how it is.
Just a racing deal as we're getting ready to go.
Yeah.
Green flag racing, green flag out of turn number 4. Colton Joyner is going to be able to have a way better start now. And he's going to be up on the wheel, and Jonathan Steele is going to have to deal with that as he comes back to the outside, down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Closing in on just 10 laps to go. We work lap 64 of 75 right now. Harrison leads. Joyner on the outside of Jonathan Steele for that second place position. Sparklers off the wall all night between your first and third place runner right now. Jonathan Steele, he's kept his car clean, running around the bottom side.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to the Kirk Hess, who has kept his nose clean tonight and now finds himself in 4th, Tyler.
Yeah, Kirk Hess able to keep his nose clean, was able to miss that wreck. Joyner slips up there that time. He's going to lose a little ground. There's a slide job. Whoa! There's a slide job. It's going to cost Smeal, though. Kirk Hess, he'll show the door to the inside of the 13 machine. Excuse me, I'm going to the podium, says Kirk Hess. Jonathan Smeal tried to get up there in that one, and it was not the time to make it happen. It was a quick slider, but just didn't quite have the room. So now Smeal's going to try and rally. He parks himself in the fence in the 13.
Smeal into the third there. That's going to knock the right front off.
Damage on the 13 machine. Oh, there goes the tire. We'll take a look back at that one. That was a slider I wasn't expecting. Smeal had been rolling, and just not a slider I saw really be set up, and he was able to, a quick slider. I mean, one of them things where the Joyner even see it coming, and he got it turned. I tell you what, Joyner, pretty good attempt at getting it turned under, and he does get it turned, and then just not a lot of room coming off that corner. Joyner does his best job to give him a lane. Smeal, unfortunately, gets a little bit of contact there, which ended up putting him in the wall. And Kirk Hess already committed, See, tries to get to that bottom. Probably thought he was going to run the top. Little bit of contact. He moves to third. And then Smeal just trying to rally back. Hadn't been on the outside all night and catches that wall pretty heavy. As we're getting ready to turn them loose here, now we're in a single file situation. Dennis Harrison, your leader. Colton Joyner, Kirk Hess trying to get his first podium of his career in that 46 machine, running third. Mike Anderson runs 4th. 5th is Larry Hess. McGovern is 6th at a battle of attrition. Smeal does make it back out trackside here. As we'll see what he can do from the tail here with under 10 laps to go. Dennis Harrison trying to grab his first ever feature win. Colton Joyner so fast last week. He came from the tail here tonight. Out of turn number 4, we're green. Smeal gets a little jumpy there on that one. I'm not sure how they're going to call that one. And that is Nick Anderson. Great call.
That one back.
Great call by Nick Anderson. That is going to get the naughty stick shaking at Jonathan Smeal, most definitely. He fires before the leader there on that one and is past 2 cars at the start of the green, and great call from our flagman of Nick Anderson. He's able to call that one back, and he'll get the naughty stick shook at him, and we're going to re-rack and try this one again. These guys are going to catch the pace car once again. If anybody wondering why you might have not seen the ADJ machine make many laps here tonight, internet problems and mechanical issues on the ADJ.
Saw a little bit of blinking there in the heat race, and unfortunately did not get it fixed come feature time. So he decided to load it up for the night and sit in the stands and watch the races here. But he will get his show up points, and for any Action Jackson fans wondering at home. But we're gonna get ready to see who's going to take this one home. Kirk Hess in third, Colton Joyner in second. Dennis Harrison leads us back to the green flag out of turn number 4. We're green. Lot better start there at the back of the field also. Colton Joyner instantly on the inside. That could be a good move here. Harrison gets tight. Joyner's there. Can he throw a slider? Not going to happen. Kirk Hess, he's got a hot rod on the bottom. He's waiting on that one-star machine.
Yeah, he is. Wow, what a...
Joyner to the outside now.
Good on the bottom.
Here comes Kirk Hess. Sand running out of the glass. There's contact with the wall. Here comes Kirk Hess on the bottom. He'll pick a nose. Not going to happen quite yet. Dennis Harrison still leads. Colton Joyner trying to get a run set up. We work lap 71 into turn 3. The nerves start to set in now. Kirk to the bottom. Not yet. Dennis Harrison in the third. All the way from New York, leads this one with a broken hip. Colton Joyner was the fastest car, won by like 10 seconds last week. He's on his back tail fin. Into turn number 3, we work lap 73 now. Time is running out of the hourglass for Kirk Hess. He's gonna slide up the racetrack. Trying to hold on to a podium position. Popsicle sticks are in the air for Harrison. Out of 4, 2 to go. Colton Joyner's starting to have it slip away. Harrison is toting that right rear across the wall. Into turn number 3, we're going to see sparklers as we come to the Spiel Racing Designz white flag. One more time around for Harrison to pick up his first win. Into turn number 3, Joyner sets it on the outside. Can he run him down? Into turn number 3, he's not going to have enough. He'll look to the inside, but it's not enough. Dennis Harrison wins his first feature with the Instigators. Second, Colton Joyner. First time podium for Kirk Hess in the 46. Mike Anderson, Jonathan Smeal, Larry Hess, Dave McGovern, your top 7. Riesinger will come home 9th, I do believe.
Kirk Hess, first podium, disconnects, and doesn't get his picture taken. Unbelievable.
Wow, that was definitely a cat I thought would have wanted to have a word with us up in here in the booth, but we'll have to see if maybe he has a question on that or not, but we do have your top 2 here on the front straightaway. What a battle here all night here with the HighLine Designz Pro late models. What a I tell you what, we did have some sparklers, so to say, here in this one even, but at the end of the day, what a great race here at Cedar Lake for 75 laps.
Before we get started, just to let you know, there was a mechanical failure on Nathan Brady. So that was what ended his night. As we've got everybody here up in the booth, we're going to start off with our first time feature winner here in the Instigators League. Had some close runs, had a couple get away from him, but tonight it wasn't getting away from him. With broken hip and all, your feature winner in the Pro Late to be Dennis Harris III. Congratulations, Dennis.
Thank you. Yeah, I was running it for all it was worth. My hip was really starting to get to me at the end, but I was just trying to hold on.
So when you got up there to the lead and that good battle between you and Joyner and some other cars there for a while, Smeal in there involved for a while, and some other guys, was the old palm sweaty? Was your heart rate up tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was breathing heavy. My palms are still sweating like a mofo.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. People don't understand this unless they do it for real. It's pretty exciting stuff, and I know you said a couple times, "Oh, I'll never get one." When I said, "No, you're gonna get one. You're too good. You're too fast, and you've had a hot run several times." And tonight, everything ended up falling your way, and you had a good run. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Anything you want to talk about your race, or anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I really thought I was gonna fall off too much, and I thought Smeal or Joyner was gonna pass me, but I was able to just keep it rolling on top. And
Did the car still feel good at the end, or did it feel like it was starting to go away
actually,
from it?
it felt pretty good, and I still had like 55% left in the tires. So
No, you got something figured out there to set up there, and I know that one night there you did fall off really bad. One of the ones you lost, so you learned and you put in your notebook and you learned from it, and it pays off. That's what this is all about. I mean, I know I take notes and there's just slight changes week in and week out, and trying to race everybody in this league, and I'm proud of this league, and I feel like there's a lot of really good race car drivers here, and you guys put on a heck of a show tonight.
yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for putting it on. I gotta thank my brother, my Pierce Steele, my girlfriend, Riley, my dad, my parents. So.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations on your first career win here at the Instigators Leagues. I'm sure there's going to be more to come, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you.
Colton Joyner from the back had to start tail of the field after last week's feature winner. Meticulously worked your way up through the field, and you put a bid on there for the end there for the win. And it just seems like that car is really good on the long run, and good run to come up second. A good points night for you. As Spiel had some problems. Congratulations on your second place.
The car handled actually really well. I tried to pick my areas where it was still racy, when it was still racy. I tried to get on that bottom at the end, and it was just too greasy, and there was still just enough drive out of those corners where he could just take off on me.
Yeah, a couple times where I thought you were going to get enough, and I thought maybe you'd try to throw a slider and finish it off, but I know that sometimes them sliders can be sketchy, just like with Spiel there, and it can cause trouble, and it's one of them deals where, like, do I do it, or I just settle for where I'm at? It's, you made yourself up to that far, and you did it clean, so I'm sure you were just, like, looking for a mistake there at the end, and Dennis didn't make one.
Yeah, absolutely. I was kept watching him hit the wall. I was wondering when the spoiler was going to fall off of it. Yeah, it never did, and it still looked straight. I don't know if it was just like how the car looked, but it looked like he was hitting the wall or tapping the wall and just shooting straight off the corner, and I was just trying to keep it off the wall without destroying the spoiler. So
Yeah, I know that you never know with these spoilers. iRacing sometimes comes up with some extra rivets and bolts on these spoilers, and other times they allow you to put 2 in there, but you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I wish I had his spoiler.
How about it? How about it, man? You just don't know. So, but anyhow, man, good run tonight, and anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank you guys, my mom, dad that watch all the time, and everybody that's a sponsor or helps that puts us on. Yeah, thank everybody, and obviously Dennis for the first win. Good job to him.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations on your second, and I'm sure we'll see you up here again and see you here in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
First time on the podium and third place tonight. In the car number 46, so excited he didn't even get his picture taken. Kirk Hess. Congratulations, Kirk, on your first podium.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I saw you out there. You was making up ground on the bottom. You're running a really good line there right at the end. Looked like the car started to get a little wish-washy. I'm thinking the nerves got to you. That's just my opinion. I'm just throwing it out there, but hey, you tell me.
Well, the heart rate was definitely up. I can tell you that. I was just trying to hold on to it out there, and it paid off for me in the end there. I thought I was going to get fourth there, and I seen Smeal get up into the wall. So that kind of helped me out a little bit.
Yeah, you kept your nose clean tonight, which a lot of guys can't say the same. So good drive there in the 46, and you've been a guy that's always been pretty strong towards the end. I thought maybe there for a minute you had something for him. It just wasn't quite there on the bottom. It wasn't enough down there, but you definitely made him. You made him look. They saw you down there for sure. Just couldn't quite get off the bottom good enough to complete the pass.
Yeah, I was trying to get on the throttle a little bit more, but you just couldn't do it.
Yeah, this track is definitely notorious for that. It's really hard to compete with the momentum you get off the top. You can make moves right on restarts, but once they get rolling, it's pretty tough. But good job there on your first podium. And
Yeah, thank you.
anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, as always, I'd like to thank you guys here. You guys do a great job at running this show, and I'd say shout out to Dave McGovern. He's always practicing with me and helping me with setups, and I guess I can't leave out the wife and daughter there. I make them get off the Wi-Fi, so I don't have any internet issues, and it held up pretty good tonight.
Definitely helps when the significant
definitely-
others help you
Definitely
out
a
there.
teamwork.
Oh yeah, it definitely is, and I know that you and Dave do put a lot of time in. You host a lot of races for practice, and you've put your time in to get better, and it's a deserving podium finish. And maybe here later on the season, you can either improve by 1 or 2 more spots and get a second or first.
Yeah, that's what we hope for here. So we're gonna keep digging and see what we can do.
All right, bud. Well, good job here getting your first one. They sometimes come easier after that, but just keep digging, and we'll see you back up here.
All right, thanks again, guys. See you later.
Well, Tyler, that concludes week 9 of our series, and we will be back in a couple weeks. We have 2 weeks off, and we'll be back to run straight through those to finish out our year.
Yeah, great night of racing tonight from everybody else except me. So just want to, congratulate. No, but I just want to congratulate everybody. Everybody had a great run tonight. Great racing across the board. We did see Colton Joyner be the Newcomb Automotive hard charger in that one, coming from the tail up to a P2 finish in that 1-star machine. And great seeing some new faces in Victory Lane, in back road powder coating Victory Lane here tonight. And it really was a great night of racing to kind of sum up our little 2-week break here and get people amped for when we come back at Charlotte. And I just want to, wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and enjoy your holidays. I know you'll miss us. Maybe not.
Kind of,
I'll miss us. Yeah, kind of, sort of, maybe. So.
Yeah, I probably most of our viewers is just like me and you, or everybody who drives on here, just going back and watching game film.
Yeah. Well, a few parents and friends, but hey, I'll take it, man.
Yeah, I only have 40 laps of game film to watch this week, so I'm gonna have a short session, and then I'll be done. So, just trying to save time on the long haul,
Well, that's right, man. Maybe you should go back and regroup. And
learn how to drive. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
But no, just thank everybody for watching, and we can't wait to be back here in 2 weeks at Charlotte and at a track that is normally pretty racy, and I think we're gonna have a lot of movers and shakers here coming up then.
Happy holidays.